Revealed last night that he had been dealing with an illness all week. I spoke with Weathers in the clubhouse, and he said he's feeling much better. However, he was basically stuck in bed for 2 days, lost about 9 pounds, and said it was one of the weirdest illnesses he has ever dealt with. He was not able to throw clearly like he normally would heading into a start, so the Yankees opted to push him back. Also noteworthy, Jose Caballero was hit in the elbow yesterday. He remained in the game. However, his elbow swelled up afterwards. They took a precautionary x-ray. It came back negative. He is not in the starting lineup. Instead, it's going to be Max Schumann at shortstop, but Jose Caballero is available off the bench. And last, but certainly not least, Ben Rice is not in the lineup for the 4th consecutive game. I spoke with Rice in the clubhouse, and he said it is feeling a little bit better. He's hoping to do some baseball activity today, mainly swinging a bat, but he would just have to wait to see how it feels after he gets treatment. But Aaron Boone continues to reiterate that he does not believe it's going to be an IL situation. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Paul Blackburn gets the ball. First pitch next on Yes.
Powered by FanDuel. Call your shot on FanDuel every day with Daily Ding, or make a free pick for a chance at a profit boost the next day. By Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. And by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. 2 Hall of Fame catchers right there. Pudge and Yogi. Rubber game of this 3-game set on a beautiful afternoon in New York City. Yankees have taken the field. Paul Blackburn is taking his warm-ups, and we're taking a look at the Texas Rangers starting lineup. It'll be Brandon Nimmo, Ezekiel Duran, and Corey Seager at the top. Then Young, Peterson, and Berger in the middle. Evan Carter, Danny Jansen, and Justin Foscue. Now, Danny Jansen, not a great hitter against the Yankees. Serviceable at .250, .494 slug.
Well, you look at the numbers by Paul Blackburn, 9 games, 14 innings. Obviously, he's a multiple inning guy, and that's the reason he's getting the start today. So let's check out the Nissan Pitchers scouting report. Duty calls. Ryan Weathers is under the weather, so he had to step up and make this start. Spin it. Hitters are 0 for 11 off his curveball and sweeper. They both have plus depth. And Johnny Holstaff, you're going to see a lot of guys pitch today. I think they'll be thrilled if Paul Blackburn can get through 3 innings. His high mark is 43 pitches this year.
Foul ball on the first pitch by Nimmo, and we are underway. Brock Ballou, the home plate umpire. Ramon De Jesus at first. Paul Clemens at second. And Quinn Walcott, the crew chief, is over at third. 1-1.
Made 4 starts for the Mets last year. He's made 84 in his career. So this is nothing new for him. He's probably more comfortable warming up for this duty.
Also made the All-Star team with the A's in 2020. First 16 starts in the first half, he had a 2.90 ERA. 2021, he made it. Now you might hear some high-pitched voices in the crowd. They had a Bronx Day before the game. They honored children that were doing well in school in the Bronx, and they are a big part of the gathering here this afternoon. It's 7,500 students on Bronx Education Day.
A number of people spoke to the kids today. Brian Cashman and Aaron Judge's his mother. Aaron Boone. Michael, he's at it again. He's fouling pitches off. The count's 3-2. It's working along the bat.
And another foul ball. Driven out to left field and deep. Dominguez back. Track. Wall. And he made the play. What a catch by Jason Dominguez. And he's a little shaken up. He ran really hard into that message board out there.
Yeah, you see the trainers, Aaron Boone running out. When you hit your back against the wall like that, it just jars you so bad. Jars your neck. It's almost like a whiplash.
Well, one of the things that he was sent down to work on and also sent home over the winter to work on was his fielding. That was a really good play, Joe.
That's a fantastic play. And I was here Monday early, and he was out with Ahmed Rosario working with the outfield coach with balls near the wall or just over the wall, and they were trying to catch him. And I thought it was great that Rosario was out there with him, you know, working with him and showing, hey, kid, this is what you do. But he was working hard on Monday, and he just made a fantastic catch.
Teammates obviously concerned.
It's a good sign that he's getting to his knees at least. Looks like he hit left shoulder. Little concussion protocol there, Michael.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's probably better that he ran into that message board part of the wall than even the padded part, because behind the padded part is concrete. It's not going to feel good either way, but I think it's a little less hard of a crash when you run into the lights than you do into that padding on the concrete, because that doesn't give.
No,
there's
not
some
at all.
give in the scoreboard. And in front of the scoreboard is kind of fencing, so you don't run right into the lights. That's kind of fencing that you see behind him.
Yeah, because the lights would cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's to protect the player from getting scraped up or cut real badly.
And you see the head athletic trainer, Tim Lentich, is talking on the side to Boone, probably telling him, this is what I think.
And Rosario looks like he went and got his outfield mitt, which would tell me that McMahon would be coming into third and he would be going to right field and Bellinger would move to left. Oh, that's too bad. He made a heck of a play. Just hope that there's no damage. It's just a 1 or 2 day thing. But didn't Rosario run into the wall last year and slightly separate his shoulder? It was his right shoulder, and he missed about 10 days. He went on the IL, and it looks like for Jason, it's his left shoulder where he ran into the wall.
So he is going to lead the game after an amazing catch, but he paid for it by running into that wall.
Yeah, so he gets a really good jump on this baseball, and as he runs into the wall, he keeps his eye on the ball the whole time, and then he hits that wall, and you see how it jars his left shoulder and his neck, and it seemed that the left shoulder was more of the problem. It's amazing that he held on to the baseball.
Just thinking that, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, that went in his glove, and he doesn't have a lot of time to secure it here, I mean, his glove hits off the wall the same time the ball is going into his glove. The glasses come off, the head come off. You see the outfield card come to the ground, but he held on. That's an amazing play. Yeah, we're going to see the jump. I mean, he goes right away, and he's going hard right to where the baseball is going to be. It's a very direct route, and it's the reason that he got to it. And that's something that he has been working on his routes. That's a tremendous route and a tremendous play by Jason Dominguez. That's why I always liked having catcher's gear on, Michael. He didn't have those issues.
So McMahon has come out on the field, so he will play third. And it looks like Bellinger's going to play left, and Rosario will go out to right, and he was the starting third baseman. All right, here's the defense now, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. So Rosario's in right now. Grisham remains in center. Bellinger shifts from right to left. J.C. Escar behind the plate, and he is our Car Shield defensive player profile. So he's fourth in the big leagues in framing runs. He hasn't played that much either. This is Yankee catchers. He's tied for fifth, blocks above average, and caught stealing 24%, which is 13th in the major leagues.
Yeah, the Yankee catchers have done an outstanding job, and obviously we know how good the ERA is with all their pitchers. So the Yankees are playing defense all around this year.
So here is Duran. And you're right, Joe. We looked it up. Rosario last August hit the right field wall and sprained his left shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden the Yankees bench is really short today because Rice is obviously probably down. I would think Caballero is in the case of an emergency. So really the only player you have left is Wells.
Yeah. You know, the Yankees got off to this good start, and one of the reasons was remarkable health. I believe they were the last of the 30 teams to have anyone from the 26-man opening day roster to go on the IL, the last team. And now you've got all, not serious injuries, but certainly, you know, shortening the bench, which is a strength for the team. Stretching yourself a bit thin.
Really good sweeper there. And Michael, I think the depth of the team has really showed up because Rice went down and Goldschmidt has filled in, and he's done a really good job being productive. Rosario has done a really good job wherever they put him.
And Duran, he's been a pest this entire series. He works a walk. Now, we told you Brock Ballou behind the plate. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's had 16 calls challenged, 10 have been overturned. He's hitter friendly, fewer low strikes, fewer inside strikes on lefty batters. And Brock is in his fifth major league season. Ramon De Jesus is at first. Paul Clemens at second. Quinn Walcott is at third. Seager swings and misses.
Finally, he swung at the first pitch. I mean, this is a guy that swings at the first pitch as much as anyone in baseball. And we haven't seen him do it a lot so far in this series.
One and one. Seager set the tone yesterday with that home run against Will Warren on a 3-0 pitch. Rangers never looked back behind Nathan Eovaldi.
It was interesting. I was talking to Brad Miller, who does our pre and post game, and he was talking about Seager and saying that when he's going well, he doesn't swing 3-0. When he's going poorly, he's trying to get on track. When you're going well, you feel so good, you feel like you can hit anything. So he becomes more selective. Went right, and that was a pitch he hadn't hit the whole series, a fastball up.
Mm-hmm. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Oh, good pick and a tag by Max Schumann.
Wow, what a great play by Max. I mean, you give your shortstop or your second baseman a hug on this. He gets rid of it really quick. He bounces it. And the great thing that Max did is he let the ball come to him and just slap the glove down. So many times infielders will go to reach for it and then have to go back, and that takes time. Just an outstanding play by Max. And JC understands that's really good.
Max Schumann plays all over the place in his major league career, most of the time at shortstop, but he's very versatile.
Michael, I looked at his outs above average he was +8, playing all over the diamond. That's pretty good.
And there's a walk to Seager. 2 walks issued by Blackburn. Now Blackburn pitched 2 days. Well, it's on 2 days rest actually. Pitched on Monday through 17 pitches out of the bullpen. Joe told you his high pitch count 43. Boone usually doesn't tell you how long guys could go, but he said if we can get him one time through the order, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, if you could get him through 3 innings.
And there, Josh Young gets hit. A walk, and a hit by pitch. Well, that caught stealing looms very large.
And Michael, and speaking to Aaron Boone prior to the game, it seemed as though they were looking at Blackburn as more of an opener role with potentially going to somebody that can give him multiple innings thereafter, but obviously in some trouble here, you noted, pitching just 2 days ago.
Well, the interesting thing is, like, if he was to get through 3 innings or something, depending on the score, might determine who he goes to, because he doesn't have a Ryan Yarbrough for long today. He may not even have him. So your only long guy is Brendan Beck. And
Yep.
do you save him for the end of the game if you're winning? You know, if you're losing, you might throw him in there right away. But if you're winning, you may go to all your big bullpen pieces, try to win the game, and then if you get an extra innings, it's Brendan Beck the rest of the way.
Two 2-0. So after the catch, obviously there was a delay as they were tending to Dominguez. He's walked 2 and hit a batter. Grounded second base. Jazz Chisholm over to Goldschmidt, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 men left, and the Yankees are coming about. Lineup. Paul Goldschmidt will lead off. Aaron Judge, look what he's done the last 10 games, red hot. By the way, Aaron Judge is on pace at this point to finish with 66 home runs. Just saying. Cody Bellinger in left. Rosario is in right now. Jazz Chisholm, Ryan McMahon has entered the game playing third base. Trent Grisham plays center. Max Schumann at short. J.C. Escar will catch him bat 9.
You see Mackenzie Gore, you see the high strikeout totals, but there's also a lot of walks in there, and he doesn't give you a lot of distance. But let's check out the Nissan pitchers scouting report. Looking for 3. They made the trade with the Washington Nationals, and they got 5 young players in return, 4 of them in the top 20 prospects for the Nationals. And they want him to be their number 3. He's got an intriguing arsenal. He's got really good stuff, a fastball up to 98. He's got 6 different pitches. But consistency has been a problem. And a lot of times it will just be from inning to inning. He'll be rolling along, and all of a sudden he starts walking people.
High fly ball, deep right center. Carter over, and it's going to be off the wall, and Karam into center field. Goldschmidt rounding second. He's going to go for third. And Goldschmidt with a triple to open up the bottom of the first.
You know, why do players laugh at people like that kind of lumber along and when they hit a triple? I mean, you see Max Fried and Ben Rice. Ben Rice isn't, I don't know if he's outrunning Goldie, so what are you laughing at? But off the wall, there has to be better communication there. Jock Peterson's only played one game, so one guy should go for the ball and the other guy should back it up. So if it comes off the wall, it's only a double. But a good job by Goldschmidt recognizing, hey, they kind of blew this play a little bit. They both went after it, and I'm going to end up on third with a stand-up triple.
Last time Peterson was in the outfield, 2023. Here's Aaron Judge. Hit his 15th home run yesterday, the only run for the Yankees. Infield is halfway for Texas.
Michael, you know how some guys have a hard time adjusting to the DH role?
Right.
I looked at Aaron Judge's number. Overall, in his career, he has a 293 average with a 1,029 OPS. In 1,010 plate appearances as a DH, 295, 1,027.
So no change.
It's identical.
Running back is up already. When he comes in, it'll be his major league debut. Aaron Boone had a very funny line. He was asked about Judge, and he said, you know, somebody asked me how Judge is doing. I'll go, he's okay. He goes, then you look at the board, he's got an OPS of 1.066 and 15 home runs. He said, I'm telling you, he's playing a different game than the rest of us.
That's what Tom Kelly used to say about Mariano Rivera. Yeah, I mean, you think, you know, he got it off to a slow start, and you know, we were pulling up some stats from, I think it was 2024 when he got off to the slow start, and then went on fire. Well, he's caught fire earlier this year than he did in 2024.
So he has 15 home runs in the team's first 37 games. It's the fastest he's ever gotten to 15. Line, oh, what a catch by Young. Took an RBI away from Judge.
Good base running by Goldschmidt to freeze on the line drive. You're not going on contact to the third baseman, but anywhere else you probably are. Really good play. I mean, that ball was smoked. That's just some bad luck. I think Grissom could talk to him about that this year. You see the little hop, you know, so they can move quicker, and it was 105.3 off the bat.
Infield remains halfway. Here's Bellinger. And a strike. Bellinger has an 8-game hitting streak. He extended that in the first inning last night.
Michael, there's a huge hole between third and second base, and Bellinger is really good at shooting the ball through there. I would think that he would look for something away. Oh.
Or just rip it. And it gets past the diving Peterson and goes to the wall. Scoring easily is Goldschmidt. Bellinger around second. He'll go to third. He's got 3 bases, and the Yankees have a run.
Well, so much for throwing the ball away to him. He threw it in, and he turned on it. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed, right-handed. If you're throwing him in, you're throwing him up, you're throwing him breaking ball. He is locked in. Jock Peterson, not so much. It almost hit him in the head there, Michael. Ends up being an easy triple for Bellinger. RBI number 27, one behind Aaron Judge for the team lead. 13 RBIs in this homestand. He's been on a roll.
Joe, you know this. You can't hide anybody anywhere.
It's amazing how the ball finds you in this league.
I mean, he was responsible for both of those triples.
Partly the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that one.
Since we're talking about defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. We've already met Peterson in right, Evan Carter in center, Ezekiel Duran over in left. Go the other way in the infield. Young, Seager, Foscue, and Berger. Danny Jansen behind the plate with Nimmo the DH. Gore on the mound.
Think about the first 3 balls hit in this game by the Yankees. They've been rockets. I mean, the one that was an out was a 105 line drive to the third baseman off of Aaron Judge's bat.
Now with Bellinger on third, the infield is much closer. When
Yes.
Goldschmidt was on third, it was halfway because they felt they could still get him. He's not that fast, but Bellinger is.
And it's easier for Bellinger to get a bigger lead than Goldschmidt because the catcher is blocked out by the hitter. With the lefty, it's an open lane to throw, so you have to be really careful as a base runner. Young is not that far off of third base either.
Rosario's done very well in these situations. 6 for 16. That's 375 with runners in scoring positions. Batting cleanup today. Started at third, moved to left when Dominguez left after making that catch on the first play of the game.
I really appreciate you saying what his average was in these situations. I knew that he had done pretty well, but we had a little mishap right before we did the open where my drink got spilled on my card and I can't read it. It faded. So thank you very much.
You got it. I'm here for you. Swing and a miss. So Rosario goes down on strikes.
Yeah, this is a changeup, and his changeup does not have a lot of movement. A little bit of run, very little depth, but hitters have had a hard time. They're 0 for 91. They're 1 for 11 on his changeup, and there's not a lot of movement, but it is 10 miles an hour slower than his fastball.
Here's Chisholm. Did he go? No, he did not, said Walcott.
Jazz has had some success off of Gore. Probably seen him when he was with the Marlins and the Nationals. 3 for 9 with a home run.
One and one.
See how Jazz kind of shook his head? Yes, yes. Like saying, okay, I got that. I would throw another one back in the day. Because I'm saying if you had it, you would have swung at it.
One and two. Yankees lead 1-0. Goldschmidt triple, Bellinger triple. And a weak hack as Chisholm goes down on strikes. But the Yankees go the 3-base route. First, the veteran Paul Goldschmidt, followed by the red-hot Cody Bellinger. With those triples, Yankees lead 1-0.
Beck is on the mound making his major league debut. He was a second-round pick in the 2021 draft by the Yankees out of Stanford. At that time, the Yankees had incredibly high hopes for him, but he tore his UCL shortly after getting drafted. It required surgery in the rehab process. It did not go exactly as planned. It required multiple procedures. He missed the entire 2024 season as well, and last year he was finally able to get some innings under his belt. When I asked Aaron Boone about him earlier today, he said typical pitch package, fastball, curve, slider, and change, good strike thrower, nice strikeout to walk ratio. Brendan Beck said this spring he always considered himself a big leaguer. Now he has the opportunity, Michael, to prove it.
Oh, a big moment for him. What a long, strange trip it's been. 27 years old, out of Stanford and making his major league debut.
Well, his most effective breaking ball has been his slider. You see the good depth on it. His curveball he'll use. His changeup he doesn't use a lot. He'll get up to 94. Wow, what a thrilling day for him.
Lined into left field. Bellinger right there. Berger retired.
You know, Belly didn't start there in left. He started in right, and it found him, but that's not the guy you want to find.
So in 7 starts, 2-2, 5.11 in AAA. But he pitched very well in his last start. 7 innings, 2 runs. He threw 91 pitches. The brother of Tristan Beck. 71 appearances for the Giants. And you see Escara told Beck, throw that ball into the dugout. And he wanted to keep it. He wanted him to have it as a souvenir. That one's to right field. Rosario. Take a look at Beck's Arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, you see the different pitches. The splitter has not been something that I was aware of, so he's gotten away from his changeup, which he didn't use, and has went to his splitter.
It's Danny Jansen.
You know, to me, too, Michael, this is a sign of maturity. This is a guy that's 27. When you see Rodriguez, you think about his first inning. Both games had a hard time throwing strikes, right? And I think that's the youth. And as you get more experience, you're more in tune with your mechanics and what you have to do.
So he's living right early because 2 hard hit balls, but right at the outfielders. Three and one on Jansen.
He obviously saw your note that Danny Jansen is a Yankee killer.
And there's a walk to Jansen. Third walk for the Rangers. 2 against Blackburn, now 1 against Beck. Here's Justin Foscue. He was called up Tuesday when Josh Smith went on the IL with a right glute strain. "27 years old, 3rd big league season."
First round pick out of Mississippi State.
Now, he wore number 56 in his first 2 seasons in the big leagues, but he changed to 14 this year because he wanted to match the number when he was drafted. He was the 14th pick in the first round.
Oh, pretty neat.
Two and one. It was quickly called up, Joe, in 2024 when Josh Young got hurt. But he was with AAA Round Rock, and the equipment was already shipped to their next series in El Paso. So Justin had to rush to the big leagues at Tropicana Field with an old glove and a couple of bats he had laying around in his truck. Welcome to the big leagues. 2-2. Swing and grounded foul.
You know, the interesting thing is, you talk to any player on defense, the one thing you feel you can't live without is your glove. And not to have your glove, oh, it's a lonely feeling, Michael.
Three and two. Brandon Nimmo with the sledgehammer on deck. Strike 3 on the slider. Foscue down looking. Rangers strand 1. We go to the bottom of the second. To the profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Cody Bellinger, plus 700. Ahmed Rosario, plus 800.
What are the odds for an inside the park home run? Because
no, it just counts as a home run. So here's Ryan McMahon. Started the game on the bench, but the injury to Dominguez, necessitated him coming in. So he's batting in Jason's vacated spot, the number 6 spot in the lineup. Oh, and 1. So Gore earned his first career All-Star selection last year after posting a 3.02 ERA before the break. But after the break, kind of fell apart, 6.75, but still the Rangers loved what they saw of him and traded a lot of good prospects for him. Originally a 3rd overall pick by the Padres, Rangers got him January 22nd. And we mentioned an All-Star last year.
Well, you see that 4.17 ERA that he had last year. His career is 4.22. So really around his career, it's kind of like as a hitter, sometimes you start off slow, but you get to your career average by the end of the season. He got there.
Now Gore, a rare pitcher who wears number 1. And he said there's not much of a story there. He said he was the smallest guy on the team and got number 1. He kept on wearing it. So I was kind of superstitious. We won state my freshman year, so I kept it. That's really all I got about number 1. McMahon making him work.
And the one thing that he does do, Michael, is he throws about 19 pitches per inning. So by the time he gets to the 5th inning, he's usually up there in pitches around 70, and pitches 75 through 100. He gets hit hard.
Now, you think he throws so many pitches, Joe, because they move so much, or he's just wild?
No, his off-speed lacks movement. Like, they don't have a lot of movement. I think he's just wild.
There's a base hit down the left field line. It goes all the way to the wall. And McMahon, last minute insert into the lineup, picks up a double.
Nothing like coming off the bench on a day that you were probably going to get a day off, and your day starts off right with a long at bat, a double down the left field line. He continues to use the whole field well. He's hit the fastball the other way, smokes his ball down the left field line, and the Yankees got something going again here in the 2nd. At 110.5. He's letting the ball get a lot deeper in his stance, Michael, and he's hitting the ball a lot harder, more consistently. It's starting to click a little bit. Yeah, watch where he hits this ball. I mean, he was a guy that would hit the ball out front of the plate. I mean, this is off his back leg. That is beautiful. You see the ball so much longer. You get on plane, and you can drive it the other way. And usually when you hit the ball the other way, it's in the air. This guy can't figure out the luck part. I mean, what has he got? 21 balls over 100?
Yep.
That are outs? His eye has been excellent all year. His walks are up. Just to give you an idea, he's hit 290 on balls he's hit over 100. The major league average on those is 573. I mean, that's just bad luck.
Mm-hmm. Swings on 3-0. Duran is there to make the play. Joe, you look up at the sky, there's not a cloud. It could play a factor in this game. You can see the outfield was kind of fighting it on all the fly balls.
Yeah, I mean, and it's where you have to understand if there's a ball in between a couple outfielders, which outfielder's not looking at the sun the most? And that's the guy that should actually take it. Communication's really important.
There's Max Schumann. Boone said he really liked what he saw of Schumann in spring training. Has an idea at the plate, goes up there with a plan, and executes the plan. And obviously, defensively, he does a good job at so many positions.
Well, I think of a guy like Max, who probably doesn't have a ton of power just because of his stature. He has to do that. He has to be a contact guy that sprays the ball all over the field, doesn't try to do too much. And his at-bats in spring training were really good.
Shows bunt, takes a strike. In his career, he's hit 9 home runs.
21 for 23 in stolen bases. So obviously he can do that part of the game too.
One on Schumann. Two and one. Yankees 25 and 12. The Rangers 17 and 19. Yankees are 15 and 3 in their last 18 games. Now, since April 22nd, they're 11 and 3. But get this, Tampa Bay Rays during that time are 12 and 1. And the Rays have pulled to within a half game of the Yankees. And the Yankees and the Rays are the only teams in the American League that are over 500, which is hard to believe. That means there's nobody in the Central, nobody in the West that's over 500.
You know, I like to have reasons for things. Can you give me a reason for that?
I think there's a lot of bad teams. I don't know what the reason is, but
How about the playing field is more even this year?
But then why wouldn't people be around 500 rather than under it? I think the National League is better than the American League this year, so an interleague play be interesting to take a look at those numbers.
James, can you pull up what it is right now, the interleague play?
Popped up. And Jansen makes the play, and Berger lets him make it. 2 down. MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, Big Inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today.
You know, on a day where you're going to use a rookie pitcher and ask him to throw a lot of innings, getting these runners in when you're on is really important. They had a runner in the first inning on third with 1 out, didn't get him in. They have a runner on second this inning with nobody out, and he's still at second base. These are really important runs.
We got the interleague numbers.
Give it to me.
National League is 21 games over 500 against the American League. They're 99 and 78.
Sounds like they're better.
0 and 2.
But what happens to a team like a Toronto that had a really good year last year, a Detroit Tigers that had a really good, Cleveland had a really good year?
Well, Toronto has been besieged by injuries. I mean, most of their pitching staff has been out, so there's an excuse there. That one's hit sharply right at Berger. He'll take it himself and beats the Scar to the bag. So McMahon's leadoff double is wasted. We go to the third, 1-0 Yanks. Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. You know what I'm worried about?
Okay.
it was a late thought that Weathers wasn't going to start. And Gary De Los Santos almost pitched 4 innings. So Beck did not get the call till much later than you would normally have to prepare. He's from California. I wonder if his family was able to get here.
You know, I'm sure they gave him a heads up a couple of days ago.
That it could happen?
Yeah, because he was sick, and it was actually Brendan's day to pitch. Right? And that's what you're always looking for. Who's lined up on those days to pitch? And it happened to be his day.
But would the family buy all these tickets on spec, for the airlines? That he might pitch?
I'm sure it's a possibility, but I don't know. I'm sure that he knew last night. Could they have taken a red eye? Maybe. My guess is they're not here, though, Michael.
Left field. On the run is Bellinger, and he makes the play. So Nimmo has had 2 extra base hits taken away by really nice plays by the Yankee left fielder.
Yeah, he may want to try somewhere else. Belly's the wrong guy to hit to it because he's a superb outfielder and just another really good route. He's so athletic. You see him make this catch pretty easy. Nimmo's hit the ball hard twice. He's got nothing to show for it today. Boy, it doesn't matter where you put him, Michael. He's going to play some defense.
Duran deep to left field. That ball is in the seats. It's a tie game. What a series for Duran.
Yeah, he is now 5 for 8 with 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And I think what we've seen from this Texas Rangers team off of Beck is they've been very aggressive the first pitch. So he's going to have to mix his stuff the first pitch or make outstanding location with his pitches if he's throwing fastballs, because his fastball is really pretty straight.
There's Seager.
See, and I think from like a catcher standpoint, sometimes you could get yourself in trouble trying to always get ahead with a fastball when they've hit some balls hard, because pitchers become careful and they don't locate. They're trying to locate so bad they end up throwing it below the zone or off the zone, and they don't throw strikes and get behind in the count. You got to flip some early breaking balls in there for some strikes.
Two and 2 on Corey Seager. Seager walked in the first inning against Blackburn. And another walk to Seager.
Yeah, we take a look at this home run. This is a fastball that runs in. It doesn't have much sink. It basically stays on the same plane, and Duran knew he got it, but so did Beck. He knew that he gave up his first run, a home run, to an ex-Yankee, actually.
Here's Josh Young. Hit by a pitch in the first inning. He was 0 for 5 yesterday, which was significant because it snapped his 13-game hitting streak. He's one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Last 18 games, hitting .389.
I talked about yesterday how they had changed their lineup so much. And the previous week before they got here, you saw Josh Young hitting second a lot. And I started thinking, why would you move your best hitter so far this year out of the 2-hole? Because every spot is like 15 to 18 at bats that you don't get as you move down.
Over the course of a year.
Yes. Now I see why. Duran is hot as anyone in their lineup as well.
He's third in the American League batting average. Ben Rice leading.
He's also fourth in doubles. He's been a doubles monster.
See if they turn two. There's one, and there's two. 4-6-3. But the Rangers get a run on the Duran home run. It's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Beagles of the Yankees. And today's picture is of Sammy and little Parker, who are here at the stadium celebrating Parker's birthday. And they're live, too. They're not just in Pinstripe Pride. They're at the stadium. So use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Happy birthday, Parker.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen a live one, Michael.
I think it's a first. I'm excited about it. I think it opens up a whole new broad scope. Live Pinstripe Pride. We're innovators. Down the right field line, slicing and in the seats. Goldschmidt led off the first inning with a triple. And right center off the wall. And came around to score on Bellinger's triple. And that got Jansen.
He got his hand, Michael. Remember we were talking about where his hand was?
Yep, on his thigh.
Yeah. Ow. And I was talking about the chances of it happening aren't very good. Well, so much for that thought. Let's see where he puts his hand this time. I was always taught, too, to put your thumb inside your fingers and kind of make, I guess it would be a soft fist to protect your thumb. Because if the tip gets hit of your thumb, oh, you're in trouble.
Now, you said that part of the reason that people don't like to put it behind their back is to block, but with nobody on base, why wouldn't you put it behind your
Well, there is 2 strikes. Any ball in the dirt, you'd have to block.
Yeah.
He did move it over to the side a little bit. You notice that?
Still out front, though.
It's still not, though. It's not resting. And that thumb is way too exposed for me.
Swing and a miss. Dialed it up to 97 to strike out Goldschmidt.
Yeah, that one, look, it's behind, Michael. Now you start to wonder, okay, if he puts it behind, is it a fastball? And if it's not behind, is it off speed? You know, in a blocking situation.
I think it's hurting so much he keeps putting it behind more.
Well, yeah, that could be true, too. There's an idea. Just put it behind your whole leg.
Yeah. Judge hit a bullet that was caught by Young in the first inning, robbed him of his 29th ribby. So he's at 15, and we said he did that in the Yankees' first 37 games. The fastest he ever got 15 before, he did it in 2 seasons, was in 40 games. And he is on pace for 66. Peterson. Two down. That'll bring up Bellinger, cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Last 9 games. It's a 9-game hitting streak now. 452, 11 extra base hits, 13 ribbies, and the OPS is out of sight.
I can't get over the 11 extra base hits. It's mind-boggling to me. I mean, a guy who has during the course of a year maybe, you know, league leader up around 80. He's on pace to about have 200 this year.
That'd be something.
Think he'd be the MVP? You think?
Done it before. Be battling his teammate. High pop-up. Seager will put it away for the final out as Gore has retired 6 Yankees in a row. We're going to the 4th. Yankees and the Rangers in the rubber game. It's tied at 1. And Jock Peterson will lead off against Brendan Beck. 3rd inning of his major league debut. 1-0. Line drive, it's a base hit. So Peterson with the leadoff single here in the 4th.
Yeah, only his 3rd hit in his last 24 at bats, and it's just a sinker that's down in the zone. It's not necessarily a bad pitch. You see it tailing down and somewhat tailing away from Jock, but he was ahead in the count, and I think he just sold out on the fastball. The Yankees have to make sure on Berger, if you watch his initial move with his front foot, it's clearing out. He's sort of stepping towards third base, so they have to make sure they get the ball away from him because he wants it middle to in.
1-1.
And they haven't done such a good job the last 2 days.
One and 2. See if it's hard enough to get 2. There's 1 on the first. Not in time.
Yeah, this ball just isn't hit hard enough. I thought Max did a really good job of timing up the feed from Jazz as Jazz gets a good feed to him. Good place for him to take it and come across the bag. It just wasn't hit hard enough. I think Berger kind of breaks his bat on this. It's a slow roller. He gets out of the box pretty well because he's hitting it towards the second baseman, so his body's going towards first base and it allows him to beat it out.
Here's Evan Carter. And a strike. Oh and 2. Yankees won the first game. Rangers won last night. After the game, the Yankees will head to Milwaukee. 3-game set over the weekend against the Brewers. Then 3 games at Camden Yards against the Orioles.
They're going to see some gas tomorrow night.
Mazeroski.
Maybe that's the first splitter that he's thrown today. That's a pretty good tumble. He just started off too low, and it was a ball out of his hand. I think he's going to need to use that on these left-handers as well.
Popped up. McMahon back and makes the play. Flipped down the glasses and came back on him a little bit, but stayed with it for the second out.
You don't see too many guys wear those flip downs anymore. This is not an easy play. Now he flips him down right at the end. No, he actually put him back up. That's interesting.
That is.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, Michael. Maybe there was a smudge on him. He had to clean him off.
I'd like to get a shot of him right now. Does he have them down as he's fielding the position?
Can't. Can you?
I mean, people wear the wraparounds. Nope, there. He took them off completely. Didn't like the feel.
I wonder if there was a malfunction with him. Because it looked like he was working on him after he caught the ball.
Did you wear sunglasses behind the plate?
Couldn't. No.
But there are catchers that do, right?
Yes, and I never wore them when I hit either. I didn't like them, as you see Danny Jansen's wearing them while he hits as well. Couldn't do it.
You wore sunglasses when you managed, though?
All the time. My eyes are very sensitive to bright light.
High pop-up. Who's going to get it? Be Grisham. As he makes the play. Talking sunglasses. You know, you better flip those down, not up. They got to go down. Brewers extended coverage starts at 5:30 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up the first pitch at 7:40 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard 1-1 bottom of the fourth. The cleanup hitter Ahmed Rosario leads off against Mackenzie Gore. Rosario, good with runners in scoring position, struck out with a runner on third and 1 out in the first inning. That one is driven into left center field. On the run is Duran. He makes the play. That'll bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Well, Michael, Jazz has made some changes to his stance, and it's really paid off. If you look at it, he's moved back 1 inch in the box. He's moved off the plate 4 inches. He's narrowed his feet 4 inches, and he's closed his stands off. He was open 5 degrees. He's now closed 4, and it's made a huge difference for him.
Left field, Duran took a step in, now back, makes the play.
And sometimes our stances can get out of whack and we don't even know it is a hitter. So I love all this information out there. You're going to see he's a little bit closed and he hits the ball a little bit deeper, and it's made a huge difference where his OPS is over 800 the last 15 games, where it was in the 400s before that. But it's, you don't even know that you do it, and I love that all that information's out there so you can see it.
McMahon takes a ball.
And he made it out too quick because I think, you know, I said he moved off the plate 4 inches. Sometimes I think you can get too close to the plate and you feel like you have to be quicker and you start opening up too quick. And it leads to a lot of problems.
2-0. McMahon sliced a double to left, leading off the second inning. Started the game on the bench, had to come in with the injury to Jason Dominguez. Two and one.
I would think that they were probably MRIing that left shoulder to see, or taking x-rays. If there's any damage, if it's separated a little bit. My guy Joey Infantino is in charge of that.
He's the best.
Oh, he reminds me of my cousin Vinny so much. It's unbelievable. Seen him the last couple days up the food room. He's busy today.
And there's a walk. So McMahon has been on base twice. That brings up Grisham.
Michael, let me give you these numbers on Mackenzie Gore. 1 through 25 pitches. Hitters are hitting 133. 26 through 50, 211. 51 through 75, 194. 76 through 100, 400. So McMahon's at bat became really important because he had a chance to have a really quick inning. And now the inning is extended. And you want to get him to that 75 pitch mark. And as a manager, your antenna goes up because he has a lot of problems.
Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Home run, one or more by Grisham, plus 625. You give those numbers, Joe. Do you think it's a diminishment of stuff or people read him better third time through?
I think part of it is he throws so many pitches per inning, he's exhausted.
Popped up. Who's going to make the play? No one is. And Grisham will reach. It looked like Gore wanted to make the play, then Young, and they both backed off, and Seager made a lunge for it. The glove got to it, but it falls in for a hit.
Well, Michael, you talked about the sun was going to be an issue today, and Seager's so far off, and he thinks that Young is going to get it. Young didn't have his glasses on. It looks like he lost it in the sun. And I was talking about how Grisham, you know, all the hard outs, maybe the worm is starting to turn a little bit. That's one hit on something really soft contact. It's too bad he didn't kick it a little further, and they could have ended up with second and third.
It's so weird that Young has his glasses on his hat.
I don't get it.
He was battling the sun and just gave up. The sun won.
It definitely won, and they're still on top of his head.
Schumann takes outside.
So I don't understand why you even have them on your hat in that case, right? If you're not going to wear them, and it's not like the type of glasses that when the ball goes up you can put them on. They're not flipped, so they got to be either on all the time or off all the time.
Punched and grabbed there by Berger. Fires to Gore, and they get Schumann for the final out. No runs a hit. 2 men left on base. We go to the 5th. Down with Yankees legend Willie Randolph for a deep dive into the numbers that defined his career. Watch the season 3 premiere of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery. That's Tuesday, following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. An upcoming guest is Joe Girardi, too.
I don't think Willie gets enough credit on how good he really was.
Oh, look at his numbers.
Man, he was a good player. Good BP thrower, too.
Pinch hitter Alejandro Osuna for Foscue. So, Joe, after the play that happened on the Grisham pop-up,
okay,
they come into the dugout. You're managing.
Yeah.
Do you pull Young aside and go, what are you doing?
No, my infield coach goes.
You have a coach, too.
So what were you thinking there? Make him take responsibility for you know. Don't say why weren't you glad. What were you thinking there on that fly ball? Okay, and then say why I lost. Okay, then why don't you have some type of sunglasses to try?
So somehow it would be addressed.
Yes.
Oh, a strike to the pinch hitter Osuna.
He's been a tough little at bat. I mean, his average isn't great, but he's had long at bats. He's walked. He's been hit a couple times.
Now he walks. So they've had some traffic against Beck. The only time they got to him was a home run by Duran, and that looks like it's going to be it for Beck. As Aaron Boone's going to signal to the bullpen, going to call on the left-hander to face Brandon Nimmo. His Major League debut is over.
How about that? How about that?
We like to say is,
How about that?
that's on Tim Hill. Tim's favorite movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. That's usually his inning. Favorite musical artist, J. Cole. Teenage celebrity crush, Jennifer Lopez. Childhood sports heroes, Ken Griffey Jr. and Derek Jeter. Good choices.
How about that?
Yeah, he had a lot of things covered there. Both sides of the plate as a right-handed hitter, left-handed hitter, infielder, outfielder, power, speed. I mean, he can pick them. He can also get a ground ball, Michael. 76.7% ground ball outs. Let a ground ball to second base for a quick double play.
Nimmo has hit 2 potential extra base hits in his first 2 at-bats, but they were both run down. Fouls it straight back.
Pretty consistent, both sides of the against left-handers and right-handers. And I think it's his ability to go the other way that really probably helps him against left-handers. And we've seen him do it against right-handers as well.
That one is ripped into center field. It's a base hit. Grisham has to cut over quickly and fires in as Osuna moves to third. So Nimmo with a base hit, and the Rangers are set up first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, he got ahead 0-2, and he threw it too much, got too much of the plate. I think he's trying to go in and try to jam him here. It doesn't have that run to it, and it ends up being middle third. He's able to hit a line drive. I mean, this is a guy that's trying to push the ball the other way, so he's staying inside of it. We'd love to see that backdoor sinker where he starts it off the plate and it runs back.
There's Duran. Oh, what a play by Jazz. There's one. That's all they'll get. Scoring is Osuna, and the Rangers lead 2-1. Jazz might have short-circuited a big inning for the Rangers at that play.
Yeah, that's a really good play for him to lay out and to get up and make an accurate throw to second base. You have pretty good speed on first base in Nimmo, but you're going to see he lays out, hat comes off, stands up, and a really accurate feed to Schumann. You're right, Michael. This could have been a big inning because if that gets through, it's first and third again, and they got the beehive going.
Seager, fly ball left field deep, going back Bellinger, and he makes the play. Duran was all the way to second, now heads back to first.
Yeah, I didn't think that ball was going to carry that far, and we're not used to seeing balls in the air off of Tim Hill, but obviously we know Seager has a lot of power, but you can see him peeking at the fence, trying to figure out exactly where he's at. Makes the catch and gets it in really quickly. Communication is important there to let him know that he's not tagging and he doesn't have to panic and throw. All right, he was ready to score, Michael, if he didn't catch that. He was going to be around second really quickly.
1-0 on Young. Young has been hit by a pitch and hit into a double play. Hill off the mound, fields and fires, and that will do it. But the Rangers get a run on one hit. They leave one. We go to the bottom of the fifth. for your brain. 251, 182 hits, 5 home runs. Played for the Yankees from 81 to 85. And this is a 9. J.C. Escarra takes outside. 1-0. He essentially played all that time and had 182 hits. Ground ball. Fielded at second.
So what you're saying there, Michael, is you don't think he was an everyday player? Did you get it?
Yeah, I did. With a little help from my friends. Driven to left field and deep. Diving play and a catch by Osuna. Round number 2.
It looked like he jammed his wrist a little bit when he dove. I mean, he's an excellent outfielder. He's an energy guy, and he puts on tough at bats. See him tracking this ball. Watch his wrist maybe. No, I thought it might have got tucked under, but it didn't. Really good job of keeping his eye on the ball the whole way. Look it into your glove.
Judge swings and misses. Well, he's 3 away from the magic number, Joe. He's at 72 pitches.
Yeah.
Judge lined out to third in the first, fly ball to right in the third. High fly ball, shallow right field. Peterson on the run and goes down to his knees to make the play for the final out. Yankees go down in order, and we'll go to the 6th. Last 14 games. Look at what Tampa Bay's done. Last 13 games. They've won 12 of them. They've allowed 17 runs in 13 games. And the Yankees are facing Jacob Mizorowski tomorrow. And you see his numbers.
Yeah, and Matt Olson just hit his 300th home run. I didn't realize he had that many.
Creeping up on a Hall of Fame career.
Oh, yeah. He's had some really good years in Atlanta. The first year he was incredible. Had like 140 RBIs. And he's a great defender as well.
Pretty nice run at first base.
Yes.
Freddie Freeman and then Matt Olson.
You've been spoiled.
Now Meredith Moragovitz has an update on Jason Dominguez. Meredith.
Michael, unbelievable catch he made there in that first inning, but as we know, he crashed into the wall. He was examined by Yankees team physician Dr. Christopher Ahmad here at Yankee Stadium. He underwent an initial concussion assessment as per the standard concussion protocol. He'll be continued to be monitored and evaluated over the next several days. Additionally, he's undergoing an MRI on his left shoulder at New York Presbyterian. So a little bit of a shoulder issue, and he is in concussion protocol. You hope that Jason Dominguez is okay, and you have to feel for him, Michael, getting the opportunity, making a stellar catch, and unfortunately getting injured in the process.
It's unbelievable what he has gone through. Remember, he burst upon the scene with the home run by against Verlander, and then Joe, he tears his UCL.
Yeah, he has handled everything to me perfectly for a young player. No bitterness, just go to work, don't feel sorry for yourself. Last year he performed at a really high level offensively when at the end of the year when he wasn't playing every day. That's not easy for a young player because they're used to playing every day. I've been impressed by Jason Dominguez. I think he's got a really, really good personality which allows him to turn the page quickly after every incident. He kind of reminds me of Melky Cabrera.
1-1 on Berger. McCutchen pinch hit for Peterson and struck out to open the inning.
Struck him out on a slider too, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to use that pitch a little bit.
Yankees trying to piece it together, going with an opener. Paul Blackburn pitched the first inning. Brendan Beck, major league debut, pitched into the fifth. And now Tim Hill. Goldschmidt makes the play to retire Berger.
I'm really glad I'm not out there today because I hated sunballs. I was clueless on them. I could never figure out how to block the sun with my glove.
Really?
And then try to make the catch. Eventually you got to move the glove.
Matt Blake talking things over with Hill.
It's interesting. After 2 quick outs, it makes me wonder they're trying to get somebody ready in the bullpen. Hedrick's up in the bullpen trying to give him a little extra time in case they need him.
Did you always tell your pitching coach to go out, or did he say, Joe, I want to go out?
No, it was both. It went both ways.
Okay. Bunted, going to be a tough play, and it's a base hit. Flipped away by Jazz over the head of Goldschmidt, but a bunt single by Carter.
Just an outstanding bunt, taking it past the pitcher to the second baseman. Not a ball that Goldschmidt can go get because he's got to cover first. He's not going to get to it. Just a great bunt, and now you got to worry about him stealing second base. And I know Tim Hill can be tough to run on, but it looks like that's the end of his day.
Joe, that looked like more than a bunt, almost like.
Yeah, it's kind of a slap.
Yeah,
Tony
slap.
Fernandez, like.
Yeah. So Boone's going to go to the bullpen with Jansen due up. Sage.
Yeah, he went 1 1/3 innings on Tuesday without giving up a hit, having 3 strikeouts. He got Danny Jansen there on a fastball in, a sinker in, and that's who he's going to be facing here. And his stuff has been outstanding. His sinker has been great. His slider continues to improve, and he's been good against right-handers as well as left-handers.
That's who's available. So cross another name off. He's the third pitcher used out of the pen. It's interesting they don't go with 1, 2, 3. They go with ABC. On the card.
I don't understand it. A lot of times in a box score, that's how it is, ABC.
Mm-hmm. Fly ball. Grisham shades his eyes, which Joe was not able to do. And that'll do it in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Resorts get closer to the Caribbean. By Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. And by the New York Lottery, this could be your lucky play. Yankees and Rangers, New York and Texas through the years. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, bottom of the 6th inning, Texas 2, Yankees 1. Gore's 1 pitch away from the magic number. He's at 74 pitches. McCutchen takes over in right field. Bellinger leads off against Mackenzie Gore. Oh, 0-2. Bellinger tripled in the Yankees' only run. That was in the first inning. Then he was on third with 1 out, and the Yankees couldn't get him in. as Gore struck out Rosario and Chisholm. One and two.
So, Michael, that hand was back in front, and it was a ball that he needed to block. It wasn't behind him. Something that I would watch more carefully if I was the Yankees. Breaking ball.
Now, Skip Schumacher knows all those numbers that Joe's been giving you, so he's got his bullpen up.
Yes, people sometimes wonder why we do things. To me, the analytics or the numbers are a guideline. It's a map, and there are days that they will be better on those days, but there are some days where you just say, I don't know.
3 lefties in the bullpen. One of them, Beeks, is warming up. That one is ripped down the right field line, foul. And he worked a walk. Good at bat for Bellinger, as the Yankees have the leadoff man on.
Well, I thought the last at bat, Rosario had hit a double in the gap, and he got it off the end. He had a really good swing at it. It was just a couple ticks too quick. Just back that ball up a little bit. Not that much, Michael.
He's been late a little on the fastball from Gore. He's fouling it away to the right side a couple times today.
I don't have a problem with that as long as he's fouling off, because he'll be on time for his off speed.
One and one on Rosario. Struck out in the first. Lined out to left in the fourth.
You know, that's the thing, though, about Ahmed. And then all of a sudden you'll see him turn on a heater in, and you're like, whoa.
Fouled away again. Reaches the second deck. 1 and 2.
And as a catcher or a pitcher, you have to recognize that to where you don't end up throwing one to his bat speed. So if you throw a breaking ball in these type of situations, it's more of a chase breaking ball.
Left field. Osuna went back, now coming in, and it drops in for a base hit. He got fooled by that, went back, and the ball was well in front of him.
Well, I think he saw the big swing, and we've talked about how the sun makes it really difficult. He probably didn't pick the ball up quickly, and it looked like it was a changeup. You see Rosario drop his head because he thinks it's an out. But this is really good base running by Cody Bellinger, because he recognized the left fielder was in trouble and didn't go back and stayed out there and was able to get to second base. You watch Cody like you're thinking, oh, he's going to catch us. No, he's not. He's not. He's not. And I got to get to second base, because the ball bounced right up to him. And if he was halfway, he probably would have been out.
I don't know if it's because Dad was a big leaguer. He's got terrific baseball instincts, Bellinger.
Oh, as good as anyone in the big leagues.
Swing and a miss. Swings over the curveball. Chaz is 0 for 2. A strikeout and fly ball to left. 2-1 Rangers. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bellinger at second, Rosario at first, nobody out. Popped up. Infield fly rule is called. And Seager makes the play.
Gets a good pitch to hit. He's just underneath it a little bit, which tells me he's a tick late. And obviously the bat takes the punishment for him being a tick late. He breaks that bat. Probably thinking that bat didn't have any hits in it anyway, Michael, so I might as well get rid of it.
In this series, he is 1 for 10.
That one was pretty big, though.
Yep,
the home run against
home run.
Jacob deGrom to put him up 4-3.
There's McMahon. One and 0. McMahon doubled the left and walked.
This is where he has to stay with that approach the other way and not try to do too much here. If he hangs your breaking ball, go ahead and turn on it, but continue to drive that fastball the other way.
One and 1. Two and 1. Three and 1 on McMahon. Tried to hold up, couldn't go through on the count 3-2.
Didn't look like he swung a whole lot, but just got out in front of him. He tried to hold up, tried to pull it back, and he just couldn't do it quick enough.
Here's the payoff. He took a close pitch, and they're going to challenge that. It's either ball 4 or strike 3 looking.
Wow.
And it's ball 4.
Call's correct. Texas has 1 challenge remaining.
So look at that. That's a good challenge, Joe.
Oh, of course, it's a good challenge on either side. If he calls it a strike, you got to challenge it because it's a situation where you're trying to score a run and tie the game up. So just an outstanding challenge. And what was it, a quarter of an inch?
So the Yankees have the bases loaded. Grisham coming up. And the pitching coach, Jordan Teagues, talking things over with Mackenzie Gore. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
You know, interesting decision to leave him in. We've talked about his struggles, pitch 76 and over. And you look at Grisham over his career, he's had some success. 2 for 5. He's 1 for 2 today. I know it's an infield hit, but you have another lefty up, Jalen Beeks, who's been really successful this year, and they're letting him ride it out. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to get him through 6th innings so he can really help out the Texas Rangers.
Rangers play the infield back for the double play. Only Young is in. One and 0. It's a bad matchup for Gore when he's having trouble throwing strikes because the Yankees don't expand the zone. They're very selective at the plate. They work and take their walks.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd walk this inning. He's been behind the whole inning, and this is where he gets in trouble.
Pretty good sinker, 1 and 1.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. He looked like he was trying to throw it away and it ended up down and in, which is a pitch that Trent can hit. He just didn't get to it. He swung above it.
That one is driven into left center field. It is in there for base scores. Rosario scores. Here comes McMahon. Everybody scores. A big double for Grisham, and the Yankees lead 4-2.
What a big hit by Trent Grisham. Bases loaded double, gets it over the head of the left fielder, and he stays with it after being too quick on a fastball in. He waits, he waits, he waits, and then it's like a cobra. And look how deep he hits that ball and drives it to left center. McMahon does a great job of getting way out there. Initially, he thought he was going to tag. He gets way out there and is able to score on this ball easily. And now the Yankees lead 4-2, and maybe one hit or two.
4-2 lead. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Stay right here on Yes. Official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. So the double knocks out Gore and brings in Jalen Beeks to face Max Schumann. Fouled away. .23 ribbies for Grisham, despite coming into the game with a .164 batting average.
You know, that truly is incredible when you think about it. I mean, he's been so successful with runners in scoring position, but he has struggled, and a lot of it has to do with luck. But you see the great swing and how deep he hits it. I mean, people always say, get the head out, get the head out. It's not that. It's the angle of the bat and hitting it within your body frame that drives the baseball. Michael, I love the way this kid hides the baseball behind him. I think it adds to his deception. He'll keep it behind him. He's a short armor.
And Schumann down on strikes. 2 away. Cole Winn warming up. Here's J.C. Escara.
It's interesting today, coming into today, he was hitting left-handers. He was 5 for 8 off of left-handers, and he's had some pretty good at-bats today as well. He's hit the ball hard twice. Nothing to show for it.
Served into left field. It's a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Grisham. He'll score. It's an RBI single for Escara, and the Yankees lead 5-2.
Wow, what a beautiful hit. Kind of a check swing, and he hits it over the third baseman's head. And, you know, you always say if you just get the barrel of the bat to the ball, it's going to go someplace. And he tries to hold up here. It's up in the zone and allows him to get it airborne. I mean, he was trying to check his swing and wasn't able to do it. It ends up with an RBI single. I'd be laughing too. Think of some of the hits they've had today, Michael. The pop-up by Grisham to shortstop.
Yep. 7 hits so far for the Yanks, 4 for the Rangers. Goldschmidt, triple in the first inning, came around to score on Bellinger's triple. Bellinger's walk started all this. Then the ball misjudged in left field by Osuna. Kind of opened up the gates for the Yanks. Beeks, 32 years old, 8th big league season. He gave up a big 2-run double to Bellinger on Tuesday. Came into this with a 1.76 ERA in 16 games, but he had allowed 5 of 10 inherited runners to score.
You would think with Aaron Judge on deck, he's got to throw a fastball here, doesn't he? I think that swing bought him a changeup, Michael.
Runner will go, 3-2, 2 outs. And it did. So first and second, and here comes Judge. This MLB season, get a Baja for a blast. When a home run clears 420 feet, you can score a free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeruns.com to unlock the offer. And the guy at the plate can give you a Baja Blast, but first Jordan Teagues wants to talk with Beeks about dealing with Judge. And it won't be Beeks. So they're going to call in Cole Winn, the righty, against Judge. Stay tuned. Friday, May 22nd, when the Yankees take on the Rays, it's Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night. And the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey, courtesy of State Farm. Tickets going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. So here is Cole Winn, 26 years old, third big league season, 8 runs over his last 7 games. And he faces Aaron Judge first and second with 2 men out.
I was telling you in between innings, Michael, that makes me nervous when I watch this guy pitch, because this sinker tends to go up and into right-handers, and you worry about one getting away. That was a cutter there that he threw.
Lined up, base hit to left field. Lascar rounds third. They're sending him home. The throw is cut off. It's an RBI single for Judge, and the Yankees lead 6-2.
Well, he hit a ball like that in the first inning. He got robbed by Jason Young. He dove for it, but this one, this ball's smoked too. Looked like a backup cutter that he threw him there. Hits it in the hole. J.C. Lascar scores. The Yankees keep pouring it on. They bat it around now, Michael.
The man who started, Bellinger, with a walk, is back at the plate. Still first and second, still 2 outs. 5 runs in the 6th. 1-0.
My card's a mess today.
It started with all the liquid spilled on it.
Yeah. Seltzer water doesn't react well with marker.
The big thing, though, you did not lose your pen.
No, I found my pen. And people were worried about my computer, and I was worried about my scorecard. Forget the computer.
Two and one on Bellinger. Line drive, base hit. Goldschmidt rounds third. He'll score. It's an RBI single for Bellinger, and the Yankees pouring it on here in the 6th inning. They lead 7-2.
Well, Belly's making sure that Aaron Judge doesn't get too far out of his view when it comes to RBIs. His Judge is at 29, and he's at 27, and he's so good at hitting the ball the other way as he does. He sees that hole, he sees that ball out over the plate, see it hit off the back leg, and just lines it between the shortstop and the third baseman. Left fielder had to go to his left, which allowed Goldie to score. If it's hit right at him, there's probably a play at the plate. Another big RBI. Cody Bellinger.
You cheated him out of one. He's got 28.
He's got 28. All right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Rosario to Seager. They get the force, and the inning is finally over. But the Yankees put a 6 spot on the board. They're up by 5 as we head to the 7th. Straight game today with a left hand contusion on the pickoff by Max Fried. And you miss him. I mean, look at the season he's having. Leading the American League in hitting, 12 home runs, 27 ribbies. Sam Haggerty will pinch hit for Osuna. And Hedrick deals outside 1-0. Grounded, Schumann.
Yeah, here's where he got that bone bruise on his left hand. You're going to see him catch it off the heel of his glove. He knew it right away. I mean, he felt, and that hurts, Michael. And the thing about bone bruises is they don't go away quickly. Well, now he's in third on the team in RBIs. He let 2 guys go by him. Got to get back.
Nimmo takes outside 1-0. Now, Joe, there's plenty of time left in this game for the Rangers to come back. They're down by 5. That's certainly not even close to insurmountable. But I look at a game like this. If the Yankees could win this, you stole a game. You didn't have your regular pitcher, Weathers. Blackburn only gave you an inning. You had a major league debut of a kid who's 27 years old. And for the most part held Texas at bay, and then now you're mixing and matching to try to get through the final innings. This would be a really, really big win for them.
I agree. It's a team win is what it is. Everyone has contributed. It doesn't matter who it is. And all the pitchers have done a pretty good job. I mean, I look at Beck. I mean, he gave him 3+ innings. He didn't get an out in his 4th inning, but he only gave up 2 runs. He did a really good job, and you see the Yankees bullpen is 3rd in ERA, where the Rangers is 1st, but it's come up since they've been here. It was 2.75 when they came into town. It's going up.
And those leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. We're in the 7th. Yankees up by 5, 7-2. Ground ball. McMahon handles a tough hop. 2 away. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. Here is Ezekiel Duran. Yankees won't mind him leaving town. Hit a home run in the 3rd inning. We take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 97.6 off the bat. Traveled 374 feet. Nestled into the seats for a solo shot.
You're right, Michael. He's 5 for 9 in this series. A homer, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And what's interesting about him is there are some swings that it looks like he's gets out on his front foot in his way out in front and hooks it in the gap to left field, and it travels a lot farther than you think it's going to.
Fouled away and out of play. Crowd of 42,729. The announced attendance here at Yankee Stadium for a Thursday matinee.
You said it in the pregame, and it had a little John Sterling sound to it. I loved it.
Beautiful day for a matinee. Three and 2 on Duran. Jake Bird still warming in the bullpen.
Yeah, that runway comes up when Josh Young, McCutchen, and Berger, 4, 5, 6. They're in the 2 slot, so I would think Hedrick would still face Seager if he sees him this inning.
Just missed, and Duran is on again. Second walk this game.
Got to be careful first pitch here. He's really aggressive, and he's going to even be more aggressive in this situation with a left-hander because he does not want to see his slider.
Saw the sinker and swung over it. This will be the last batter for Hedrick.
You're right. That was an outstanding sinker, and you could see how he tries to get on plane with the ball by going into his legs and sinking down.
Did it again.
I've been really impressed with the command of his sinker this year, how it's down and into lefties, down and away from righties, and how accurate he has been with it.
Strike 3. That's an impressive performance by Hedrick, who continues to deal coming out of the bullpen for the Yankees. In the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 6.5, Yankees lead this one by 5, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise? Remove your caps and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Marine Corps Sergeant John Paulus from Lebanon Township, New Jersey, who served in Vietnam and received the Purple Heart. The Yankees say thank you, John, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
All right, fans, it's stretch time, so please join in and sing along.
In the 3rd, Duran, pretty good day. Brendan Beck, his major league debut. He went 3 innings plus. And Trent Grisham, just heard Jack talking about it. What a big hit against the left-hander. One of the negatives, Jason Dominguez exited the game in the 1st inning after colliding with the wall on a great catch. We're waiting word on further tests. Tyler Alexander comes on, and he deals to Jazz Chisholm a strike as we start at the bottom of the 7th inning.
Don Zimmer would always say, you could use a personality hit. I think for Jazz, it would be big for him to get a hit in this AB, just to change his day a little bit. He was 1 for 7 coming into today in this series with the big home run. 0 for 3 today. It's a personality hit, Michael.
And there it is. He'll be much happier on the plane ride to Milwaukee.
Much happier. It just makes your day. I mean, in the whole scope of things, 700 plate appearances, one hit is not going to make that much of a difference. But I'm telling you, it changes your personality. He gets out in front of this breaking ball and hooks it.
It definitely changed O'Neill's personality.
Oh, well, when Zim would tell O'Neill that, O'Neill would shake his head, shake his hand at him. We would all laugh at O'Neill, but O'Neill didn't laugh at Zim.
And then Zim would tell him about the concrete job he had for him in Cincinnati.
$300 a week.
McMahon's had a nice day. The double and 2 walks. Big walk in that 6th inning. And this was initially a day off for him. Runner goes. Throw to second. Got him. So strike him out, throw him out, double play.
We've seen 2 outstanding plays on stolen bases where the ball bounces in the shortstop. Schumann and Seager have made outstanding picks. It put down quick tags, and you have to be able to do that. You got to let the ball travel. Not only as a hitter, but as a fielder, too, where the ball gets to you, because the ball moves much quicker than you can bring your glove back. Really good job by Corey Seager.
So here's Trent Grisham. Coming to the game, Jansen had thrown out 3 of 14 for 21.4%. Major league average for catchers is about 23%. Big 3-run double for Grisham in the 6th inning.
I was worried early in the game when they had opportunities, and he had one early in the game with the runner on second, nobody out. He popped up a 3-0 pitch to the left side, to the left fielder, and didn't get him over, and they didn't end up scoring that run. I was worried. They're leaving some guys out there with some opportunities, but he got even in the 6th inning for sure.
Bird, we'll see him next. Ground ball and through. Past the diving Duran. Another base hit for Trent Grisham. That's his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, he's been the most unlucky hitter in the American League, but today he's found some holes. Had big hits just out of the reach of Duran. 3rd hit of the day. Good day.
So here's Max Schumann. He's 0 for 3. Starting in place of Caballero. Got hit just above the elbow yesterday. Stolen base for Grisham. He's not a speed burner, but he got a good jump.
Yeah, they must have a cue on Alexander because they're running a lot, and it usually don't run on left-handers. And Jansen makes a decent throw, gets rid of it quickly, but he got such a good jump like you talked about. 2nd stolen base of the year. Yeah, you have to hit the hitter. You're trying to say that I got into him. You have to basically throw and hit him with your hand or they don't call it. And that's a rule I don't understand. But he actually went into the hitter a little bit.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Schumann didn't cross out over the plate.
No.
It was as if Jansen went into the right-handed batter's box.
The one thing that I've noticed when guys throw from their knees is they tend to push off and go to their left more than you do if you're in a normal stance. It was a problem for Wells earlier in the year.
Ground ball inside 3rd, and that'll go down the left field line. Grisham will score. It kicks off the sidewall, and Schumann has an RBI double, and the Yankees have an 8-2 lead.
It's filled in pretty nicely for Jose Caballero today. This RBI double. Keep expanding that lead. You keep your back end guys out of this game in case you need them tomorrow, and just a really good thing to see for Max. He's played a good shortstop today. He can play anywhere basically, plus defender wherever you put him.
That was Schumann's first Yankee hit, first Yankee RBI. Here's J.C. Escara. Check swing, bloop single, and an RBI in the 6th inning.
It was a rocket, Michael. It was a line drive over the third baseman's head. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
We do have video, Joe.
It was a soft liner.
All right. Peyton Gray getting ready for the Texas Rangers.
Ball.
3-0 on J.C. Escara. Yankees lead by 6. 8-12-0 leading 2-4-0. And that's a walk to Escara. And that brings up Goldschmidt now. Jansen will go out and talk with Alexander. You wonder if he might be stalling to allow Gray to get some throws in.
He's taking his time walking back too, giving some signs out in front of home plate.
And Skip Schumacher is going to make the change. So he calls on Peyton Gray. Gray against Goldschmidt. First and second, 2 outs here in the 7th.
Well, a couple triples in the first inning. One from Goldschmidt, who was kind of played poorly by the Texas Rangers outfield, where one guy didn't back up the other, and then Belly with the RBI triple. Jock Peterson, who hadn't been in the outfield for more than a couple of years, dives, comes up a little short. 2 triples, Michael, in the first. Not bad if you can get it.
There's Peyton Gray, 30 years old, made his major league debut on April 23rd. 6 scoreless innings across his first 4 big league games. And his first big league strikeout was of the Pirates' 19-year-old Connor Griffin.
Well, those are opposite paths.
Outside.
Independent ball, I think, as well, yes?
One from Colorado, Kansas City, Cincinnati. Then Independent League, Milwaukee Milkmen. And then he pitched 2 Mexican League teams. And then in the Dominican Winter League.
Well, that's neat to see a guy like this get up after all of that, all that he's been through, all the disappointment probably he had never being called up.
Goldschmidt 1 for 3 with a walk. He has 2 runs scored. 2-2.
See that changeup that he's throwing, Michael? You don't have your ball up here today, but they call it the Vulcan changeup, where he puts it between his middle and his ring finger. And it's not a split. They call it a Vulcan changeup. Darren Holmes, when he was here, was trying to throw it. And he kept beating me up with it, and I refused to call it. I'm like, I'm not calling it.
Three and two. That was it right there. Right?
Yeah, and I said, let's stick to your heater and your curveball, Darren. I don't have bruises from those.
Runners go. Pitch outside. So a walk to Goldschmidt, and now Gray has to face Judge with the bases loaded.
It's not really a recipe for success.
No.
Keep walking the guy in front of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, there's no gray area. Strike. The change, 0-2.
And you're going to see that one kind of acted like a two-seamer. Some run, some sink to it.
One and two. Swing and a miss. He got Judge on the change. Yankees add a run. They lead the bases loaded. We go to the 8th. Yankees lead by 6. Hudson Valley Renegades take on the Winston-Salem Dash. Watch all the action tonight at 6:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Caballero comes in to play shortstop, and Max Schumann gives Aaron Judge or Rosario the rest of the day off. Jake Bird's the new Yankee pitcher. Bird against Josh Young. McMahon. One down.
Oh, Josh Young has been so good this year. You'd have to go back to where he started the season 0 for 18, then he had back-to-back 0 for days.
Yeah, 0 for 5 yesterday, 0 for 3 today.
Yeah.
There's Andrew McCutchen, pinch hit for Peterson in the 6th, struck out. Just missed outside. 3-0. McCutchen has the best act when he walks.
The way he
hits a home run, yeah. It's he was so much fun when he was here that short period of time with the Yankees. Just a good guy, real pro.
He just knows how to play the game. I mean, he's had a really good series. I mean, he's 4 for 9 in this series with a walk. And it's been against right-handers in his His job is against left-handers.
He really wanted to be in Pittsburgh this year. They could not work it out. So he signed with Texas. Not ready to call it quits. Way inside the burger. There's a Hicks walk and there's a McCutcheon walk. Just a lot of swag to it, you know. Popped up. And it drops, but they'll get the force for the second out. And they're looking at each other.
Well, it looked like Jazz could see it better than Caballero. And obviously the shortstop has priority. And then all of a sudden they looked at it. It looked like Caballero was fighting the sun a lot more. Jazz is not fighting the sun. Or he never, I mean, almost hit him in the foot.
You know, if Caballero catches that, right, Jazz gets nothing out of it. Now he gets an assist.
He gets an assist. Taking care of each other. Teammates.
And Cabby still gets the put up.
I think that these guys never played in the sun before. I mean, Texas has had their issues.
They got that little roof. They're not used to the sun.
Spring training, Arizona. I don't think there's any place in the world that's worse.
Did you like spring training in Florida or Arizona?
I like the weather better. Here's the play. I got it. I got it. You take it. Woo-hoo. Let me get this assist here. I liked the weather better in Florida, but the travel in Arizona is so much easier.
Yeah, everything's close, right?
Yeah, I figure you spend probably on average, you can laugh about it now, it didn't hit off of Jazz's foot. Kick to the right or left, it kicked right up to him. Yeah. Probably 5 hours a week less on the bus.
Mm-hmm. Rare to see a Caballero without the 3 stripes on each side of his face.
No eye black either. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No sunglasses.
Good to see him out there. Means that the elbow's okay.
Yeah, because you know, for me, you would have thought that if it was bad, he wouldn't let him hit. He would have waited another half inning.
Yes. Popped up. McMahon. Out number 3. Ranger strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And we'll hear from the manager, plus a look ahead to the series with the Milwaukee Brewers. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees 8-2 with that big 6-run 6th inning. Peyton Gray still in there. He'll face Bellinger to start it off. One 1-0. Caballero on deck. Two more hits for Bellinger as he has extended his hitting streak to 9 straight. And he's 15 for 33 during the streak. One and 2. Doval warming up for the Yanks. Another base hit for Bellinger. He is scalding hot.
On base 4 times today. Triple, single, a walk, another single. He's got such good plate coverage, Michael. He can cover the ball off the plate, and he gets the balls in. I don't know how he does it. I mean, this ball looks like it's off the plate.
Here's Caballero. Came in for defense in the top of the inning, so his first at bat.
So did we ever find out how he had that color elbow pad so quickly?
Did not find that out. Maybe all of his gear is that color.
Michael, that all was sitting at his locker not too long ago, maybe about a week ago, and he probably just had it in his locker because when they get a new color, they send you everything, even if you're not necessarily going to wear it, just to make sure you're prepared, and who knew it was going to come in handy.
I got to think I wouldn't have certain things because I don't. That's a bad omen. It's like if you get on crutches and you don't really need them, something happens.
You think an elbow guard is a bad omen?
Yeah, you either wear it all the time or you don't order it.
Three and one. You notice when you're up here in the booth, people don't send you things?
What would you like, a pizza?
No.
You got pens yesterday?
I mean, 3-piece suit, stuff like that. Ties. 3-1. 3-2.
But don't you have enough jackets over the years? I mean, you got to have hundreds.
But you gotta keep with the times. Different looks now. You can't be having wide lapels. I know you're still wearing a Nehru jacket. I mean, things get out of style.
Do they really?
Yes,
Do
it
jackets
all
really
comes
get out
around,
of
though.
style? Yeah.
It does come, but you gotta wait. And you know, my style is I have weight fluctuations. 3-2. Stays alive. Popped up. Berger makes the play. One away. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Mohegan Sun, beyond your wildest. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Hey, Michael Young was good. I think I'd take Derek Jeter.
Yeah, there's a lot of hits between those two gentlemen. But you're absolutely right, Michael.
Now, I have the cowboy boots and the construction Timberlands.
Okay. My question would be, when did you ever wear construction boots?
No, that's style. I mean, it's not like I'm doing construction work.
Oh, okay.
I don't exactly excel at
I don't see you ever wearing those as style either.
You know what? Next homestand that we're working together, I'll put it on.
And you actually wore boots, cowboy boots?
I wore cowboy stuff in college, like sophomore year in college.
At Fordham?
Yeah.
Oh, you blended, huh?
It was in then. Cowboy boots are also very comfortable.
What?
They're very comfortable cowboy.
You know, Michael, it's the only shoe that I don't have to wear orthotics with.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
Yeah. Michael K. Cowboy boots on Arthur Avenue. I would have loved to seen that.
2-2. Now, if he makes out here, right? Is his personality back to bad?
No, but it's not as good as it was.
Okay. So he needs a hit here.
Yes, it would. Oh, it'd really be a personality on the plane. I mean, it's the difference between 2 for 12 and 3 for 12. That's a big difference.
Ground ball. They get Jazz as Bellinger moves to second. It was Ryan McMahon. Oh, 1.
The thing that I've noticed most, Michael, in this stretch where they've played so well, 15-3, is the bottom of my cards had a lot more red ink. The bottom 4 guys have been on base 9 times today. Early in the year, that wasn't happening. But this lineup has gotten really long, and that's why they're scoring so many runs. It's not falling on a couple hitters anymore.
One and 2. Check the swing. 2 and 2. Three and 2 on McMahon. Up the middle and off of Gray and goes into center field for a base hit. Bellinger will score. It's a big day for McMahon. Big day for the Yankees. They're up 9-2.
Yeah, he gets a 3-2 fastball. He got himself in a good count after being down 1-2. And a lot of times that ball won't get through after it hits the pitcher, but it hit off his arm and grazed his arm. Went to the left of the shortstop and right to the second baseman. You're living right. On base 4 times today. Oh, he drew some blood, Michael.
Wow.
As much as he's been through, I don't believe he's coming out in his career. I'm not going to let him stay in.
He wants to take him out. I don't think they had anybody warming, so whoever comes in is going to have as long as he needs to get ready. That'll do it for Gray. And it gives us time now to answer Name That Yankee. Here are the clues. Just play for the Yanks. Those are the numbers. And it's Andre Robertson. And the Yankees had high hopes for Andre. Go back to the vault. Really good hands. had some pop in his bat, but then suffered an unfortunate car accident, broke his neck on the West Side Highway in 1983 in August. From Orange, Texas, played for the Texas Longhorns, one of 30 Yankees to start at shortstop between Bucky Dent and Derek Jeter. Willie Randolph worked with a lot of partners at shortstop. All right, so as they go to the bullpen, it'll be Collier, and as he warms up, we'll take a quick break and come on back. Yankees are running away with this. To a Taylor Swift concert, so that's part of the deal, and have a little pink cowboy hat on.
And where was the concert?
At MetLife.
So was this when she was a country singer opposed to a pop singer?
No. But, you know, a lot of her fans wear pink, you know, hats and stuff like that, and bracelets.
Did you have cowboy boots on?
No, I did not. That was the Eras tour, so that was a big part of it. She performed all of her music. Joe, have you ever, you know, embarrassed yourself a little bit for your daughters?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I used to let my daughter Serena paint my fingernails.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
That cheap nail polish,
right.
It doesn't come off.
I know.
It's hard to get off.
And you did a TikTok with the scuba dance, too.
I didn't even know that's what it was called.
You just did it. So Collier against Grisham. 1-0.
We got a really low arm angle, Michael, here. Sinker, cutter, sweeper, which has got a lot of sweep because of his arm angle. A little Jeff Nelson-like.
One and one.
So I got to ask, thinking of that question, that, you know, the cowboy hat, was that your cowboy hat?
No, it was Callie's.
Oh, I was going to say it looked a little small.
Well, it's Callie's. Wow. Time for this game to end. Yankees lead 9-2, bottom of the 8th inning. They've scored 6 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 here in the 8th. High fly ball. Carter battles the sun and makes the play. Yankees get a run, 2 hits, and 1 man left. We go to the 9th, and they go to Doval. Game brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Trent Grisham with the bases loaded splits the gap for a 3-run double to put the Yankees up in front. They have not looked back since. Big hit, big day for Trent Grisham. Looked really good. And Paul would always talk about to get back on track. Sometimes it was great to face left-handers because it made you stay back and use the whole field. And boy, he's had a great day today.
Well, the Yankee bullpen, which has been so good of late, has been great today. So the pen in the last 11 games had a 1.55 ERA. The only run, well, they gave up 2 runs. They gave up the home run to Duran, and then a walk that Beck issued his last batter in the 5th inning, came around to score on a fielder's choice. That's it. Tim Hill, Hedrick, Bird, and now we'll see what Doval does in the 9th inning.
You know, and to me, that's a stat that I don't like, because to me, really, the starter was back. It would be if Blackburn gave up a run as the opener, because that's the reliever.
One and one. So they used everybody but Cruz, Bednar, and Yarbrough. And that's what you have to do in a bullpen game.
Now you need to get some distance out of Max Fried tomorrow to try to reset.
And that's a nice way to bet.
Yes.
Doesn't happen all the time, but that's the way to bet.
I would bet.
It's Fried against Mizorowski tomorrow. 59 strikeouts, 38 innings for Mizorowski. And our coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. on Yes. Looking forward to that game and that series.
Those are numbers, when you talk about the strikeout totals per inning, are like a closer, a Mason Miller kind of thing, a Chapman, guys that have been dominant closers.
Fly ball right field. Schumann on the run in the corner, but it's foul and in the seats.
This game's had quite the pace today.
Like an old Yankee Red Sox or Yankee Oriole game.
Well, you'd need another 30 or 40 minutes, but one of the slower games of the year.
But if you think about it, with a pitch clock, this seems as long as those other ones.
Yes.
Backhanded by Caballero, sets and fires. But Goldschmidt cannot come up with the scoop, so base hit for Jansen.
You're going to see Caballero make a really good play here. He has to set his feet, get rid of it. Tries to throw it in the air, but it kind of takes a short hop, and looked like Goldschmidt just kind of ran out of glove. He couldn't reach far enough to his left to get it. See the frustration in Caballero. He knows that's a play that he can make. Looks like he just runs out of glove. Needed to be about a foot taller where he could have stretched a little bit more.
Oh, 0-2 on Sam Haggerty. He pinch hit in the 7th inning for Osuna and grounded out to short. Soft ground ball. Jazz takes the out at first. Moving to second, Jansen.
Yeah, they had 3 guys hit in the number 9 slot today.
Yeah, it's like the old when pitchers used to hit.
Yeah.
There's Brandon Nimmo, robbed of 2 hits in the 1st and the 3rd by 2 different left fielders. Then he had a single in the 5th and a ground ball 3rd in the 7th. One and 0. Two and 0 on Nimmo. Another long road trip coming up for the Yankees. 9 games, but in fairness, the last 3 games will be in New York. They'll just be at Citi Field. Ground ball and past a diving McMahon into left field. Jansen moves to 3rd. McMahon's still down on the ground. See if he's okay. Getting real slowly.
Yeah, you wonder if he dove and his wrist tucked under or he hurt his shoulder. Looks like he's telling everybody he's okay. You don't need to come out. I just think he hit hard The end of the day, his chest hit the ground. It's been a long day. The sun's been baking that infield. I think the Yankees ground crew does such a great job. And this field is always in such good shape, but sunny day like this can get a little bit hard.
Here's Ezekiel Duran. Yankees up by 7. We're in the 9th.
You're going to see McMahon dive here. It looks like he hits hard on his stomach a little bit. It's kind of how I get up now when I get off the floor, Michael.
Did you see the Cub pitcher who tore his meniscus in his knee? He was sitting down on the ground with his daughter and just got up and tore his meniscus.
Yeah. Michael, I got back spasms flipping Serena when she was a little girl. You know how you flip your kids?
Yeah.
It cost me an incentive, and it was the one more flip that got me.
Really?
Yeah.
Talking about Matthew Boyd with the Cubs, and they've had
Yeah.
so many injuries to their starting staff, too.
They're hoping to get Justin Steele back, but they've been rolling, too. I think they had 3 walk-off wins, maybe against Cincinnati last week.
Yep. 1 and 2 on Duran, 1st and 3rd, 1 man out. You wonder if this is a difficult spot for Doval. Now, he's not the closer with the Yankees, but he has been a closer with the Giants, been an all-star. Now you're coming into a game where you have a 7-run lead. And maybe that...
Yeah, you're right. The
electricity's
emotion's
not there for him?
Yeah, it's not there. A lot of back-end people don't like to throw in games like this.
But he strikes out Duran, finally solves that problem. And the Rangers are down to their final out.
This is one of those days you have to understand that you're going to be in a game like this just because of what happened with the starter. Weathers getting sick and not being able to recover enough to start today.
So here's Corey Seager. 2 walks, 0 for 2. Yankees not holding Nimmo on at first, but he has not taken off for second yet. He's playing on a little bit of a tender hamstring. One.
You know, the one thing that I don't understand with Doval is they always call it a cutter, and I don't really see it cut. It's pretty straight to me.
Maybe that's the issue.
Why? I mean, it's still 101. I almost feel like it's a sinker and a 4-seamer.
In the center field, and Grisham is there, and that will do it. And the Yankees win the series 2-1. They win today 9-2, kind of against the odds. Weather's not available. They started with Blackburn, and they pieced it together after that, including Beck making his major league debut. McMahon comes on, does a great job off the bench, and that big hit by Trent Grisham. So the Yankees will go on the road with another victory.
What a great homestand. 6-1. They continue to score runs. They continue to pitch well. Yesterday was the only day that they gave up more than a few runs. They're playing extremely well, Michael.
Now on to Milwaukee. That guy gets a big hit to clear the bases against a left-handed pitcher, and he struggled against lefties this year. All things going well for the Yanks. We'll come back.